Hi, I'm State Representative Glenn Anderson, representing the 5th Legislative District, which is Issaquah, Sammamish, Snoqualmie Valley, Maple Valley, and parts of Renton. We are now down to the last 4 weeks of the legislative session. And this week, both the Senate and the House budgets came out. A lot of the conversation that we've had about what will the cuts be has finally been answered, or at least there's a starting point for that conversation. $1.3 billion was cut from K-12 education in the non-basic education. However, those cuts are deep and they will have a significant consequence. Additionally, about $700 million was cut from higher ed, our universities. That too will have a significant consequence. We're also going to be seeing about $700 million in deficit spending. And what I mean by that is we are transferring about $700 million from the capital budget, which is funded by bonds, by debt. That $700 million will be transferred to the operating fund to cover the part of the deficit gap. Additionally, there will be other expenditures, including holding off on pension contributions, which is a very bad sign. And we will also have about $3 billion in federal stimulus money, which in practical effect is a bailout of the states. It sounds good. The money may, in fact, be used for good purposes, but in the end, we still have to wind up paying for it. It's money we don't have to spend, and yet we're going to incur more debt at the federal level to use at the state level to be able to cover some of the shortfalls. It's important to remember that the state budget revenues have not declined. They have flattened to zero, but they have not declined. All the budget deficits that are being talked about are in the rate of state spending, the rate of growth in state spending. We are $9 billion in deficit on the rate of government spending, not in actual spending that is going out now. We've got some very tough decisions to make here. My focus will be that we live within our means. We protect K-12 education. It's our most important investment in the future. And we don't go out and make silly spending decisions to satisfy political special interests. Neither the Democrats or the Republicans have really changed business as usual. Special interests still come in for their favors. Some of them have gotten some rather significant ones. And we haven't come up with any new ideas. It's just business as usual. How to get as much water out of the boat politically versus how do we restructure the state budget to help you and your family in this time of economic anxiety. I am looking forward to the opportunity on the floor to have the debates about what our priorities really are, because it matters. And we're going to live with these consequences for a long time. There is no expectation that the next budget, No. 11, will be any better. And unless we get serious about changing our behavior here in Olympia, we're going to be living with these challenges much longer than just 2 years in this budget. It's always nice to, as a politician, to be able to bring happy news and a happy face. Unfortunately, with this situation, it is pretty serious. So I will be working with members on both sides to try to come to a rational and balanced conclusion, and I hope that we'll be able to come to a sane outcome. Again, thank you very much, Glenn Anderson, and I look forward to hearing from you as always. Thank you.